The UN reiterated the view that critical minerals were among the main drivers of the 21st century economy, critical in the manufacture of smartphones, electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, robotics, and the list goes on. With a trade in raw and semi-processed minerals reaching approximately $2.5 trillion in 2023 alone, 1/10 of global trade.
This dramatic rise in demand is a generational opportunity to create jobs, diversify economies, and promote sustainable development. However, the surge in demand for critical minerals is also fueling geopolitical competition and affecting global supply chains. Mining for these minerals has been linked to human rights abuses and environmental degradation. It's incumbent on both producing and consuming countries to enact governance and regulatory frameworks to manage these resources responsibly for the benefit of all.
In highlighting the link between natural resources and conflict, DiCarlo highlighted 3 priorities: the need for the extraction of these resources to deliver just and equitable outcomes, the need for multilateral and regional action to strengthen governance and improve the traceability of minerals to curb illicit flows, and the necessity to deploy peacemaking instruments to mitigate and resolve natural resource disputes.
In conflict-affected contexts, mining, when not managed responsibly, can have a devastating effect. It can weaken governance, spur illicit economies, and fund criminal and armed groups.
The U.S. Energy Secretary who chaired the meeting took aim at climate policies which remain an urgent priority for the UN and governments around the world, as Washington now prioritizes the extraction of fossil fuels seen as detrimental to climate stability.
In recent years, many governments have adopted aggressive climate policies. These policies, made in the name of climate change, have been unrealistic and poorly planned. The energy delusions implicit in climate policies represent real and growing threats to nations and peoples around the world. Energy is too important, too central to life to get wrong. And it is the same with critical minerals.
The Democratic Republic of Congo, a non-permanent member of the Council, is among those countries deeply intertwined in resource-driven wars, calling the debate one of existential importance.
Alimente des cycles de violence et contribue à l'émergence d'une véritable économie de guerre.
Competition for control of natural resources is fueling cycles of violence and contributing to the emergence of a veritable war economy. Illegal artisanal mining, informal taxation, and also cross-border smuggling networks are allowing some armed groups to finance their activities and to keep drawn-out conflicts burning on. My country is the perfect illustration of this.
China, also seen as key to the debate, with a 2023 report by the International Energy Agency pointing to Beijing supplying 60% of rare earth elements globally, called for the sovereignty of nations to be respected.
Each country exercises absolute sovereignty over the resources within its territory and bears primary responsibility for its governance. Certain countries should abandon outdated colonialist thinking, fully respect the development path and policy choices of other countries, and engage in business cooperation based on equality and mutual benefit. They must not, for self-interest, seize resources from other countries through various means, even resorting to military force to exert pressure or coercion.
The Secretary-General's high-level panel on critical energy transition minerals, co-chaired by South African diplomat Ambassador Nozipho Mxakato-Diseko in 2024, put forward voluntary guiding principles, from human rights and equity to transparency and accountability, that could guide responsible mining and the energy transition. Implementation of those guiding principles remains key as the glut for these minerals now ensues. Sherwin Bryceby's SABC News, New York.